Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of Workshop Wednesday. My name is Tyler. I'm very happy that you could be joining us. If you're joining us for the first time, if you want to draw with us, or if you want to just sort of sit and relax and watch, either is okay. All of it's okay. We're just happy that you found your way here to join us. This will be our last session for a little while. If you've missed any previous sessions and you'd like to catch up, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and take a look at those. We've got lots of fun stuff for you to take in. Today we are going to be looking at drawing some creatures. One of my favorite things to do. Here's a few examples of some of my work, some of the ones that will be sort of inspiring our artwork from. And I'm going to show you how we get from a blank sheet of paper to something a little more like this. So the supplies I'm going to work with today are on the list. Pretty simple, just like each week, just kind of the normal drawing supplies. Markers. You can use paint if you like. You can really use whatever you want, but we're going to start off with drawing supplies and then paper, of course. And if you want to use an eraser, that's always handy. And then actually maybe I'm going to show you a trick that might use a pair of scissors, which you can, if you have a pair of scissors handy, that'll be great. If not, that's okay. You can just sort of we can work without. All right, let's shift this a little bit. So I'm going to begin in my, this is going to be the paper I'm going to draw my final copy on. I'm going to begin in my sketchbook here, just sketching out some shapes. You can do some geometric and some organic shapes, like a few pages here like this, just to for a bit of a warm-up. I like to do some, maybe some with corners and edges and some that are a little more round. You can sort of make some up, make them nice and big. Once you've filled up that page, flip on over to the next. You can do big ones, you can do small ones. All right, so now I've got 3 pages of, well, 5 if you include these ones. I did those ahead of time though. 3 or 5 pages of just some organic shapes. And what we're going to do is choose one of these, or 2 of them, I guess, as many as you really want. But I'm going to start with one, and I'm going to use that as the shape of the body for my creature. So I'm going to, just to show you, I'm going to take us through how to draw this one here, which is the creature from the thumbnail. So I'm going to choose maybe this one or this one. You can also sort of tilt them around and see, do they make more sense, or look, now that I'm tilting it, maybe this one looks good, but at this angle, kind of like that. All right, so I'm going to work from this one. I'm going to re-sketch that one on my bigger sheet of paper now, just kind of lightly with pencil. Here we go. So that looks kind of like a bit of a raindroppy, kind of lumpy potato shape or something like that. And now we're going to kind of look back through our shapes, and we're going to look for other body features. So things that your creature might have, like arms, legs, antlers, horns, stuff like that. So if anything kind of jumps out at you, like maybe this would be a good arm shape, you know, maybe that would go well over here. So I'm going to keep that in mind. Maybe these could be, you know, spots on my creature somewhere, something like that. So let's start. Let's see. Now I'm going to sort of think, now that you've got a bit of an idea there, I've got, you know, I'm going to maybe use these for the arms. I'm just going to sketch that quickly up here. I don't know where exactly I want to put my arms yet. Maybe they'll be kind of big gorilla arms, something like that. I'm going to put another shape in here for the head. So maybe you want your head up here at the top. Maybe you want your head down at the bottom, kind of in the middle. Really up to you. Now my creature had really, really big shoulders, so I'm going to put the head kind of in the middle here and give it a bit of a rectangle-y shape. Just like that. And then now maybe I'll decide where I want the arms to go. And one of the things that I like to do is from this here, I'm just going to cut this out really quickly. You can rip it or, you know, whatever if you don't have a pair of scissors, or you can just sort of use your imagination a little bit. But this is going to help me a little bit in, you know, if I want to place things or see how maybe if I put it there, do I like it? Do I want it to sort of be dragging behind? Something like that. Or maybe, you know, now that I've drawn this, I can see, oh, this is a bit too large. Maybe I want it smaller. So this allows you to really put things down, shift them around, and see if you like them a certain way before you commit to actually drawing them. And I've done that with a few other things here. You can see I've got a couple different faces. I've got a pair of legs. Here's the arms. And then I've got like some octopus tentacles and things like that. So I could put that in there to see, you know, do I like that particular face? Do I want that face? Do I want this one? I don't have to decide just yet, but I've got some options, and I keep these handy for times like these. And the interesting thing about these is these actually came from drawings that I finished that I did not really like. So this is why I like to keep a lot of pictures that even the ones I don't like or that I'm not happy with, because often there's some part of it that I do like or I did like. So maybe I'll cut it out and I'll keep it for a project like this. And then I'll sort of slot it in and see, maybe that's what I want. All right, so I think I like the arms kind of small, but instead of up like that, maybe I'll have them kind of drooping down a bit like that, right? So I could put them up here. I could put them way up here. I could put them down here. So doing this allows you to sort of see where they fit the best. So now I'm going to sketch them kind of like this. And I usually keep these in an envelope. Put those aside for now. All right. So far my creature doesn't have any legs, which is fine. I might actually just leave the legs off this one. Sometimes you know, your creature is just a little furry blob that just kind of sits there, and sometimes it has like 100 legs. It's totally up to you, right? I think I like this face the best. There's a bit of excitement there, so I'm going to hang on to that. And then I am going to put the big antler things in like I did in my previous drawing. And then you can start to add or change things up a little bit. So maybe I want my creature to be a little furry, so I'm going to add patches of fur. add some fingers or claws. Maybe I want a big bushy tail, like a chipmunk tail or something like that. Maybe I want this top part to be a little bit different, so maybe I'll make it a bit more boxier. And then you can start to erase the lines that you don't need anymore. But it is a good thing that we had them there to begin with, because we were really able to plan things out and see how things were going. All right, I'm not going to draw the face in just yet. Now I'm going to grab one of my markers. I'm going to start with the black one, and I'm going to start drawing in some of the outline here. Big bushy furry face. One of the things that tends to make your creatures or monsters look kind of a little bit sillier is playing around with proportions. So you've got like a really, really large body. The head's kind of a normal size, but the arms really, really small. Or maybe the eyes are going to be super tiny, kind of like that. And that gives your, you know, the eyes are no detail at all. They're just little dots, but it's really effective in showing you what kind of creature you have. Now I'm going to put the big mouth in. Teeth, just like that. Now that I've got this, I'm gonna erase more of these pencil lines to clean up my picture a little bit. I forgot about the tail, but you know what? I think I'm happier without it. I think I'm going to leave the tail off this time around. All right. Now we can start thinking about other little details that tell us who this creature or monster is. So typically, you know, a creature with antlers, you might find them in a forest or maybe on a mountain or something like that. So you can think about where your creature might be found, where they live, what do they eat, what do they like to do, and you can have a little fun with that. And what I mean is, if you want to, you can add, maybe make the antlers into kind of like tree branches and some leaves up coming off of his antlers, something like that. Maybe there's some flowers growing out of his arms or something like that. And that can also sort of tell you what kind of colors you want. You know, if your creature lives in a forest, maybe you'll do sort of like a, you know, this is starting to kind of look like a bear. So maybe I'll do like a black or a brown or something like that. Or you can go completely the other direction and just make it fun and crazy and go with lots of wild colors. I'm going to color in the mouth area here. A thicker marker. And I'm going to start to add a little bit of color. I think I'm going to go with some warm colors here, maybe some red, orange, and yellow. And I'm not necessarily going to color the whole thing in. You can color it however you like. I'm going to leave little sections of white here and there. So I'm starting by kind of going around the outline. And then maybe I will take the next color that's close to it. And by putting that next to it, I'm getting a bit of a blend of colors. And maybe I'll make the antlers this fun purple. And there we go. Just like that, we have our cute, kind of fun little fiery, furry monster creature. That's one of the ways that I create some of my creatures. And just a quick little recap. I just started with this shape. I just drew a whole bunch of kind of random shapes all over my sketchbook, and then that one was the one I chose for the body, and then turned it into our creature, just like that. So thanks again for joining us, folks. It's been a pleasure, and we will see you in the next one.